The Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church, also known as the Indian Orthodox Church, is an autocephalous Oriental Orthodox Church centered in the Indian state of Kerala. It is one of the churches of India's St. Thomas Christian community, which has origins in the evangelical activity of Thomas the Apostle in the 1st century. The church is locally headed by the autonomous Catholicos of the East, Basileos Marthomopolis, who became Catholicos of the East and the Malankara Metropolitan on 1 November 2010. St. Thomas Christians were administratively under the single native dynastic leadership of Archadiac I, and liturgically it was a part of the Church of the East centered in Persia. It was not necessary for the Malankara Church to oppose or adhere to Nestorianism, as they were outside Roman and Persian empires, and the royal Cheran or Pandyan kings never interfered in matters of their faith. The indigenous Eastern Church of Malabar, Kerala, followed the faith in traditions handed over by Apostle St. Thomas, and most of the early churches were named after St. Mary. During the period of colonialism, the Portuguese Jesuits began deliberate attempts to annex the community into the Latin Rite of the Catholic Church, and in CE 1599 they succeeded in their attempt through the infamous Synod of Diamper. Resentment against these forceful measures led the majority of the community under their Archadiac I Thomas to swear an oath never to submit to the Portuguese, known as the Coon and Cross Oath, in 1653. It prompted the Portuguese to call the native Malankara Nazarenes consolidated under the Archadiac I as Pavenkutukar, and the Roman supporters as Pagiakutukar, to hide the new Latin hierarchy introduced in Malabar. In fact, Latin rites introduced in Malankara by Alejo de Menezes, the Catholic Archbishop of Goa, was much more strange and embarrassing than West Syrian rites for Malabar Christians who were genetically accustomed with Syrianism of Asiatic Christianity. The Dutch East India Company defeated Portuguese for the supremacy of spice trade in Malabar in the year CE 1663. Malankara Nazarenes used this opportunity to escape from Latin persecution with the help of Dutch East India Company. The Dutch brought Bishop Gregorios Abdul Jalil of Jerusalem of West Syrian Antiochian Church and the trading vessel in CE 1665. Thomas Archadiac I, who was consecrated as Marthomai, forged a relationship with the West Syriac Orthodox Church and gradually adopted West Syrian liturgy and practices. The Church is theologically and traditionally a part of the Oriental Orthodox communion of churches. The Indian Orthodox Church accepts the Miaphysite Christology of Saint Cyril of Alexandria and uses the Malankara Rite, a local variant of the West Syrian Rite. The members of the church are known as Malankara Nazaranis or Marthomosuryanis.